their first of the evening. Bayern unable to make the most of their first one a couple of minutes ago at the other end. Now at the clock end, it's Arsenal, and it's going to be Bukayo Saka from the right-hand side with a left-footed in-swinger. I don't need to tell you how dangerous Arsenal can be from set pieces, even without Gabriel, of course, who's currently sidelined. Saliba's up there, Mosquera's up there, among others. Right arm goes up into the air. Bukayo Saka, in it comes, left-footed, great delivery. There's the goal! It's headed in at the near post, and it's Jurrien Timber who breaks the deadlock here at the Emirates in the 22nd minute. They've done it again from a set piece. The perfect delivery from Bukayo Saka from this near side, and there was the Dutchman about 6 yards out with just a glancing header beyond Manuel Neuer. And 22 minutes played here at the Emirates Stadium, here in the Champions League. It's Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 0, and it's Jurrien Timber with the goal. Well, we've seen it so many times, not just this season, over the last few seasons, particularly, I would say, this season. It's just like, the perfect delivery. You know, this was, and he just gets there.
This was
Neuer. Just look at it, it's
the platform I work with now. This is what I'm trying to make available for folks, right? But, ability to set, turn your insights to rewards, right? You don't only get to bet on the options that were created, you can create your own options. On that platform, I would typically create that Arsenal to get at least 10 set pieces. Arsenal to score at least 2 of those set pieces. When I'm seeing Arsenal play against some squads. I'm going to be I'll bit season you guys for now, but this is me basically telling you guys
as far as the final
something coming.
But they've had the majority of the possession just in the centre of the field, though. They've just not been able to hurt Arsenal at all. And when Arsenal get set pieces, well, we know exactly what they can do, and that's exactly what they have done here at the Emirates. We're midway through the first half, and Arsenal lead Bayern Munich by a goal to nil. Got to be careful here, Bayern. And they've lost possession, and that's a nasty challenge as well. It might result in the first yellow card. Indeed it does. It's Upamecano who's gone into the book with a flying challenge over on the far side. They lost possession by, and he was desperate to win it back, and he just goes in far too heavily on Mosquera. It's a needless challenge for the position that it's at. It's midway, middle of the Bayern half, and he's got to be careful now, as he did Upamecano. Really has. Now he's on a yellow card. With the likes of Bukayo Saka, Trossard, Mikel Merino, Eberechi Eze. Eze's actually been really quiet so far. The standout man, of course, at the weekend with that hat-trick against Spurs. So Upamecano, first man in Marco Guida's book, the Italian referee, and Arsenal have a free kick. This one midway inside the Bayern half, about 10 yards in from the left-hand touchline. Bayern's defensive line is about 30 yards from goal. And it will be set-piece maestro, England's Declan Rice, to take this one for the Gunners. The left arm goes up in the air from the ex-Hammer. Up he steps now, right-footed, towards the far post. And Bayern deal with it. They get it clear towards the edge of the penalty area, but Bukayo Saka will retrieve it for Arsenal. And back he goes towards the halfway line. First time ball forward by Rice over the top, and that's got too much on it from Declan Rice, and it goes all the way through to Manuel Neuer. Just took one bounce, and Neuer clears long from hands out towards Elise. There's the header clear by Declan Rice, who just seems to be everywhere. I don't know if he's got a twin, identical twin Declan Rice, but you see him one end of the pitch, and then a few seconds later you see him at the other end of the pitch. It's quite incredible the amount of ground that man covers as Bayern go all the way back towards Neuer again. Touches it off to Tar. Tar forward to Kimmich. Kimmich, goodness me, almost played that ball back to Neuer with so much pace. It was on target as well. Neuer had to have his wits about him, or it would have been an own goal. It was an odd pass back to the goalkeeper, but clearly didn't want it with that much pace as Upamecano goes back again to Neuer. Ball on his left foot, kicks long left-footed, quite comfortable doing that, Manuel Neuer, as all modern goalkeepers are these days. The ball is out of play down this near side. It will be in Bayern Munich throw. Midway inside their own half, down their left-hand side. We've played 25 minutes here at the Emirates Stadium here in North London. Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 0. Jurrien Timber after 22 minutes. And throw-in will be taken by Konrad Laimer. Laimer just dilly-dallying with the ball down this near side. Didn't really know what to do with it. In the end, he finds Kimmich. And Kimmich just plays it out. Kimmich's first touch was just far too heavy. And will be a throw into Arsenal in exactly the same position. Liverpool BP.
Welcome guys. I'm currently sharing the stream to platforms. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing?
Through VAR, and Real Madrid have turned it around already against Olympiacos. They were trailing by 1-0. 2 goals in 2 minutes by one Kylian Mbappe, and it's now Olympiacos 1, Real Madrid 2. And Sporting have just taken the lead against.
What is happening today? What is happening in these matches? Jesus, I should have staked.
Who has that? The ball here is with David Raya, the Arsenal goalkeeper, as he receives a cushioned header back from William Saliba. Now it's Zubamendi finds Rice.
Did you guys hear that?
Just outside his own penalty area.
Mbappe scored 2 in 2 minutes. Jesus.
Right to the centre circle, floats one out.
Anime Freak, welcome man. Glad to have you on the stream.
By the Belgian ball, the outside of the boot.
Thanks for joining in.
On the left-hand side of his own of the opposition's penalty area now. Down the line it goes to Trossard. Now Miles Lewis-Skelly on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Ball into the box, cleared at the near post, and a second clearance for Bayern. And Arsenal suddenly, after that goal, seemed like the better team now. They've settled. Bayern unquestionably were the better team for the first 20 minutes or so, without really creating anything, without really hurting Arsenal. But that goal from Jurrien Timber appears to have settled the Premier League leaders, who were looking for their first Premier League title, of course, since the Invincibles from the 2003-04 season, where they went the entire Premier League season unbeaten, of course. Here's Bukayo Saka, touches heavy, goes out of play, thrown to Bayern Munich on the halfway line down their left-hand side, and then it'll be taken by Konrad Laimer. And Laimer goes back down the line inside his own half to Serge Gnabry, and Gnabry with the low ball back to his goalkeeper, edge of the 6-yard area. Out it goes to Jonathan Tah, left-hand corner of the penalty area. Gets the ball back immediately from Pavlovic.
Chelsea fan! You can literally see it in my logo. I designed my channel logo in line with a Chelsea logo. Perks of being a designer yourself, so tweaking it was very easy for me to pull up. Tweaking the Chelsea logo was very easy.
And it'll be retrieved by Serge Gnabry.
What about you? What club do you support? Meanwhile, today, I love Arsenal, but I'm kind of supporting Bayern, you know. Enough of all these set-piece goals, Joe. Bayern, Arsenal. Come on. Play tough.
Safety first from Upamecano. Back he goes to Manuel Neuer.
Not that set-piece goals are not tough, though. They are tough. Bayern is really showing us. Arsenal is really showing us legs when it comes to. But the annoying thing for me is Bayern is not good with set pieces like Arsenal is, and Bayern doesn't really do up through balls. Bayern wants to play beautiful football. Bayern wants one-on-one shining and all of that, and you can't really do it to these Arsenal guys because their defense is good. You feel me? Their defense is good. So why are busy set piecing? Why are busy trying to one-on-one shine? They are not that bothered. You guys can hear the commentary, right? I just hope they don't ban me after this stream for sharing the commentary.
He's got 3 Bayern players around him, and he'll do well to win a throw in here. And in the end, Trossard just can't keep the ball in play. Over on that touchline, it'll be a throw in.
FC Bayern makes the league boring. How do you mean? Because they are just dominating. Let me guess. That's what you mean.
Half an hour played here.
You say you're from Germany. Oh wow. Then we kind of have a lot in common. I'm not from Germany, bro. The fact that I love Bayern a lot. I have all the core Bayern jersey, right, from this century, which to me is this one and the most recent one that has the you know, badge, right? I have them. I love Bayern that much. I love Bayern that much.
Bayern come forward now. Here's Kane inside the centre circle. Can't control it. Saliba got there first. Lovely first time ball by him. Now Mikel Merino, edge of the penalty area. Out it goes to Eberechieze. There's the opportunity. Oh, and he puts it a couple of yards wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Huge opportunity for Arsenal to get the second. I think Eze was in 2 minds about whether to square it to Bukayo Saka or go for goal. And in the end, he just skewed it wide. Mikel Merino put it on a plate for him. He's onside.
Guys, let's go and update.
First touch is good. Props, I guess, have to go
to
Joshua Kimmich, who closed down Eze really quickly, and possibly that's the reason that he skewed his shot wide. Just looking at a replay of it now, just opens the body. I just wonder whether actually he was trying to square it to Bukayo Saka. I'm not too sure. But in the end, he just put too much on it. Arsenal lose possession in the halfway line as Trossard can't control it. Kimmich has it. Big opportunity, though, for Arsenal to double their lead here at the Emirates. And Ebericheze, who couldn't miss at the weekend, could he? Everything he touched turned to gold. Didn't quite happen for him on that particular occasion, and that opportunity was far easier, I have to say, than, well, at least a couple of the goals he scored at the weekend. Here's Elise over the far side as well, just keep that ball in play for Bayern. Back down the line, he goes to Stanisic. Now Upamecano, square to Tar, retreating back towards that 18-yard line, goes back to Manuel Neuer again, and Manuel Neuer knocks it out towards his near side again, and it's with Jonathan Tah. He can bring this ball forward towards the halfway line for the German champions, the Bundesliga leaders, the former winners of this competition, of course, on many occasions. Bayern Munich.
Yes!
And,
yes!
To
Bayern!
Win the Premier competition in the
Bayern!
in Europe, of course.
I know Bayern cannot disappoint me, not like that. And, Bayern, I'm from Nigeria.
Floats one out towards that far
Magi. And Bayern is, this is something I cannot do with Man U, guys. Even though the club I support is from Premier League, I cannot support Man U comfortably against any other club from another league. You see, I'm still calmly saying I support Bayern, even though they were one goal down. I knew they can pull something off.
Down beautifully, and there's the finish. It's squared towards the edge of the penalty area, and they are level. Kimmich with the ball over the top. Perfectly timed run. I think it was from Gnabry, and he squares it.
Kimmich with the visionary pass.
Munich are level from absolutely nothing, and Bayern Munich have the equaliser. And both goals really scored against the run of play tonight. They really have. Leonard Carl has scored edge of the penalty, and Arsenal
really see, this is why this is the match I chose. Even with the other scores popping up in all of the other matches, this is the match. Arsenal might not go touch ground, bro.
The cross comes in.
I know these are the only people I know, even more than we when we decide to like really play really good. I'm talking Chelsea here now. Even more than we do. I know Bayern is the one that will just find a way to make sure that you start regretting your choices. Look at ball now. Gnabry drops it, Carl drops it into the net. This is football. Right, we want CSCL. Save him at a look.
And in the end, he just couldn't control it. But suddenly Bayern thinking, well, hang on a minute, maybe there's another way to get through Arsenal, just to go over the top. And Saliba plays one forward down the right side. He's looking for the
Arsenal midfield is good, right? Undoubtedly.
To Manuel Neuer. First time clearance.
Kane, as far as I'm concerned, I will never agree. It's not even supposed to be a debate. Rice is not as good as I said, but that their midfield is good. But they are not tall. They are not tall, bro. If Kimmich tries that thing thrice, it's going to work thrice. Then to be left to the finishers on what they will decide to do with it. But you see that up through ball, Kimmich can always use it to split that midfield open.
Gnabry was back there defending. Indeed it was. Saka was almost clear on goal. Here's Lehmann now. Going down towards the corner flag. He's going to lose possession there, Lehmann, if he's not careful, but he's helped out by Gnabry in the end. And Bayern go long towards...
You guys are going to... If this is the route you want to take, in thinking...
Really now, since that equaliser...
You are going to end up conceding penalty if you continue in this manner.
Bayern are in again here, over on the far side. Shot comes in, it's dragged well wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post, but that was a huge opportunity for Bayern Munich, and suddenly,
if not a red, they are going to end up conceding a penalty if they continue like this.
Just another long ball over the top again, beautifully controlled by Stanisic inside the penalty area, right-footed from about 12 yards out, tries to beat the keeper at the far post, and he drags it in the end well wide of David Raya's left-hand post. But Arsenal caught out for a second time there, but on this occasion Bayern unable to take advantage. The game has stopped because there's an Arsenal player down, and it's Leandro Trossard who's picked up a knock. And in preparation for any potential change here, Noni Madueke is just sort of warming up.
This is football.
In case he needs to quickly come on here for Mikel Arteta. Just looking at a replay now of the goal. It's brilliant from Gnabry. The ball over the top from Kimmich, and it's a first-time ball crossed by Gnabry, squared towards Leonard Carl. First-time finish by him. It's a lovely finish. It's so simple, but so good from Bayern. Kimmich over the top, Gnabry. Gnabry square to Leonard Carl. First-time finish. Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1.
That's nice opening.
And only came maybe about 2 or 3 minutes after Eberechi had that opportunity to double Arsenal's lead. You look back on these moments, they can be game-changing moments, can't they? And we're back level here between the two teams at the top of the Champions League table. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Tottenham 1. Well, that's an interesting one. And Richarlison, who scored an absolute beauty at the weekend against Arsenal. Of course, they were beaten heavily, but it was a brilliant finish from Richarlison, catching Manuel Neuer.
No, if not because of Stanish's wrong choice there, like that was extremely the worst choice to make there.
Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe has since scored a 7-minute hat-trick. 22, 24 and 29 for the Frenchman. So Real
Arsenal should be 2-1 down right now. Guys, what's happening? And Madrid is 3-1 up. What the fudge, bro? Madrid is pissed.
I don't know if this is more...
40 CBs to go up. Yeah, but that one
but off he comes, and Noni Madueke, who's just come back from injury, of course, he came on as a substitute.
I need Atletico to score more, man.
Tottenham. He will pick up that position on the left-hand side. Interesting, though, that Mikel Arteta has chosen Madueke ahead of Gabriel Martinelli. You'd think be the natural replacement for Trossard down that left-hand side for Arsenal. So an unfortunate change there for Arsenal. The ball goes out of play down this near side. It's going to be an Arsenal throw on the halfway line down there left-hand side. It's one apiece here at the Emirates. Timber after 22 for Arsenal. Carl after 32.
Trossard is
Bayern. One apiece as Declan
Rice
has possession, and he goes all the way back to his goalkeeper David Raya.
Sorry, Trossard.
Of course, a couple of seasons ago between these two sides here at the Emirates.
It happens. It happens. Now let my ex-Chelsea boy try to shine.
He's going to get a free kick. Indeed, he is.
But do I think he's really going to get to shine against?
By Michael Olise. Arsenal wanted to take the quick one, and it was a good quick one actually down the centre towards
against Bayern.
Mikel Arteta doesn't look
I'm not so sure about that, man.
It will be a free kick for Arsenal, but they won't get that quick break that they wanted. It was a lovely turn, by the way, by Mars Lewis Skelly, and then Olise just had his arm around his waist. Free kick is now taken for Arsenal. Here's Saliba. Finds Rice towards his left-hand side. Rice goes long towards Timber, takes it out of the air beautifully and finds Saka, but Saka's control is poor actually, and Bayern clear towards halfway. What a lovely turn from Harry Kane here down this near side. Immediately he's got 3 Arsenal players around him. Back he goes towards the halfway line.
Richarlison! Richarlison has called for
centre circle.
PSG. For Tottenham, sorry.
Over on that far side, just over the halfway line for Arsenal. Now it's Michael Olise. Olise on towards Pavlovic. Olise gets the ball back over on the far side. He's level with the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Back down the line he goes, and they reset once more. Bayern with Kimmich. Upamecano poked out again to Michael Olise. They've reasserted their dominance.
Before this half finishes, I need my Bayern ginger
too much on it, though.
Brothers.
And Bukayo Saka can clear for Arsenal out of play down this near side. Throw to Bayern.
That's it.
Midway inside the Arsenal half.
End this half with 2-1.
Left. Will be taken by Serge Gnabry.
Or even if it's no one person scoring it, go Mbappe mode and score.
Left-hand side. Now Kimmich inside the centre circle for Bayern Munich. 5 minutes to half-time here at
the
Arsenal 1, Bayern 1. Arsenal win possession back on the halfway line. Here's Bukayo Saka. Back it goes to the halfway line, and Yuri and Timber. They didn't cap so well together down the right-hand side, those two. They used to talk so favourably about the link-up play down the right-hand side for Arsenal between Ben White and Bukayo Saka. Well, Ben White is going to do well to get back in this first 11. He really is, unless something happens to Timber. Saka on the halfway line. Lovely turn by him. He's got Noni Madueke now out on that left-hand side for Arsenal now that Trossard has been replaced. Here's Mars Lewis Skelly on the halfway line. Forward to Eberechi Eze. Eze takes the ball back inside his own half, then turns round Upamecano and finds Madueke again over on that far side for Arsenal, who wins the throw. Rowe is on the halfway line for Arsenal, down their left-hand side. For the stand over on the far side here at the Emirates. Going to be taken by Mars Lewis Skelly. One apiece at the Emirates, which wouldn't do any damage to either side, to be quite honest with you.
22, 32.
Arsenal have a big game coming up, of course, at the weekend against Chelsea. Bayern have got a home tie against FC St. Pauli at the weekend. I don't see that as quite a big a tie as a London derby against Chelsea. Both sides currently 6 points clear at the top of their domestic leagues. Here's William Saliba for Arsenal. Saka now, one shy of the halfway line, in deep position back to Saliba once more. Closed down by Pavlovic, just to go back to Declan Rice, and Declan Rice goes back to David Raya inside his 6-yard area. Raya goes out to Zubamendi, and Zubamendi with the first time ball to Rice, right hand side of the penalty area for Arsenal. Back it goes again to David Raya, who on most occasions this evening has kicked long, to be fair, but in fact he is going to this time eventually. Goes long down the centre, and Eberechi Chiesa will chase it. He won't get it though. Back to the goalkeeper it goes. Plays one out towards the far side. Here's Michael Elise, midway inside his own half. Left-footed ball diagonally from right to left. Timbers there to clear for Arsenal. Zubamendi now inside the centre circle. Back to Mosquera. Finds Rice. Back to the Spaniard again. And Mosquera just on the edge of his own penalty area finds William Saliba towards his right-hand side. We've got 3 minutes to half-time here at the Emirates. Lovely turn by Bukayo Saka down this near side. He was being fouled. That'll be a free kick to Arsenal as he was having his shirt pulled there by Conrad Lehmer. In fact, Lehmer's going to go in the book by the looks of things. Rushing across towards this near side comes
my
and I think that's more for persistence more than anything else for Conrad Lehmer. I don't think it's anything particularly bad about that particular foul, but there have been a few of them. And he joins Upamecano in the book. 2 Bayern yellows in this first half. And Arsenal have a free kick. The free kick is just shy of the halfway line to the right of the centre circle. We have 2 minutes of the 2 minutes of the first half remaining. And here's Mikel Merino. Back it goes to Saliba. Saliba finds Zubamendi just outside the D. Mosquera to his left-hand side. Now Mars Lewis Skelly down that left-hand touchline. Closed down immediately. Has to go back towards the edge of his own penalty area again. And here's Zubamendi again inside the D. Zubamendi twisting turn. He's got Kimmich for company there. He's got to be careful, the Spaniard. Forward it goes to Declan Rice. First time ball forward to Bukayo Saka. Saka now out towards this near side, and William Saliba, the Frenchman, brings it over the halfway line. Cuts infield slightly and then finds Martin Zubamendi inside the centre circle for Arsenal. We're inside the last minute of the first half. Loaded out to Madueke, who's barely touched the ball since he came off the bench. He's got an opportunity to run down that left-hand side though. Cuts infield slightly and finds Zubamendi towards his right-hand side. Zubamendi with the ball into the far post. Knocked across the edge of the 6-yard area by Yuri and Timber, and it goes through in the end to Manuel Neuer inside that goal. Good defensive work actually by Upamecano. It's a lovely ball over the top by Zubamendi. Arriving at the far post is Timber. Volleys it across the 6-yard area, and there was Noni Madueke. Couldn't get to it. Battling with Upamecano inside that 6-yard area, and in the end it went through harmlessly to Manuel Neuer inside that goal for Bayern Munich. Here's Kimmich back to Upamecano. Closed down by Eze. Now Serge Gnabry, who's popped up in a central position, goes back to Manuel Neuer again. Neuer brings the ball towards the edge of his penalty area and then plays a low ball out towards Stanisic over on that far side. Stanisic goes long down that right-hand side, but a lovely turn as well. That is by Carl. Out towards Michael Elise. We're heading into stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's one apiece. Elise right side of the penalty area. Plenty to aim for. Finds Kane. Kane can't quite get the ball out from under his feet, and in the end Arsenal get it clear, and it's a fortunate one actually because Saliba cleared it. It hit Martin Zubamendi. Could have ended up anywhere, and it just bobbles back to David Raya. We're inside stoppage time now, and that could have gone anywhere, that ball. Saliba clears it, hits Martin Zubamendi on the back, and then just bounces back to David Raya. Now Arsenal coming forward at the far end with Noni Madueke. Madueke, left-hand side of the penalty area, the ex-Chelsea man. He's got Bukayo Saka, who's popped up over there as well. Back it goes to Saka, left-hand side of the penalty area. He's going to get the ball into the box. Now he goes up to Declan Rice. Declan Rice, there's the cross, or attempted cross. It's blocked. It comes back to Rice over on the far side. He's forced wide, and then wins the throw-in as he plays it off of Leonard Carl. Throw-in then to Arsenal, level with the edge of the Bayern Munich penalty. I've got 3 minutes to stoppage time, by the way. We're in the first of those now. And that was a lovely turn by Carl at the far end, by the way, as he brought that ball down. And got the ball into the box eventually through Michael Olise. Couldn't quite get his feet set, Harry Kane, inside that penalty area. It's been rather quiet so far, the England man. Arsenal throw in then, level with the edge of the penalty area down the...
Vishnav!
And
Welcome!
Rice is going to take it back to the advertising hoardings.
I'm watching the toughest match.
In towards that penalty area. Headed clearing out towards the far side. Rice will retrieve again. Now Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Good evening.
Saka pokes it back towards the halfway line inside the centre.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Timber goes back out towards that left-hand side where Declan Rice is. Rice makes the run down the left-hand
What's
side.
Liverpool playing right now? That's true.
Rice pokes it
Nightbot always recognizes Vishnav anytime Vishnav comes after many years.
Out towards Michael Olise over on that far side. Finds Joshua Kimmich towards his left-hand side. It's been a high-quality game, this one. It really has. You can see both teams. You can see why they've both been so successful so far this season. There's not a lot to choose between these two teams who could well meet, couldn't they, later on in this tournament in what will be a far more important two-legged tie than this one here in the group phase. One apiece, which, as I said at the beginning of play, I don't think either side would be too disappointed with a point apiece here. It looks as if it's going to be level at half-time. We're inside the final minute of stoppage time. And Bayern have a free kick over on the far side, just inside their own half. PSG have just equalised right on half-time against Tottenham. Richarlison have given them the lead, but the champions have equalised through Batinia right at half-time. So PSG 1, Tottenham 1. And now are the goals. In fact, there is a goal to tell you about. Sporting Lisbon now gone 2 up against Club Brugge. They've doubled their lead. And Suarez has got that one. So Sporting 2, Club Brugge 0. Bayern go long down the right-hand side, but it's gone out of play. It's come off of Michael Olise, and it'll be a throw into Arsenal. I think that'll be pretty much it for the first half. Arsenal in front after 22 minutes. Jurrien Timber getting on the end of a Bukayo Saka corner, and then a lovely move for Bayern, which was finished off by Leonard Carl. Long ball over the top from Kimmich. The square ball inside the penalty area by Gnabry. First time to Leonard Carl, and the finish. And there goes the half-time whistle here at the Emirates. It's Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half.
Guys, from the look of things, it's like all of them will play go-go. Sorry. Vishnav, how's the family? So Carl is 17 years old. Dude is young. Let's put your Van Dijk advert. Let's see what Banks is saying.
Yeah. Maybe it's the school of, I don't know, man. Like, he might have been looking at Thiago. I don't associate that with German players. The Ozil was, Ozil. Maybe Mario Götze before the injuries at Dortmund as well. Yeah. There's certain players, they don't feel very German. Thomas Müller is German. Do you know what I mean? German. Where's he from? Where? Where's he from? Alaska? Where's he from, people? Is he from Alaska? Nah, it's crazy, man. Royce is a shout. Royce is a shout. And then the last 20 minutes is all been Bayern Munich. I think it's been a game of two halves. What game are you watching the most? Sorry, say that again? What game are you watching the most? Because I'm struggling to. I can't lie.
Too many matches, man.
I think I listened to an interview of Craig Bellamy. And Craig Bellamy was talking about Vincent Kompany and how early he gets into the training ground and all these other things. And Craig Bellamy also plays some good football. Do you know what I'm saying? So I remember I listened to Craig Bellamy talking about it. I think it was like an hour and something, and Craig Bellamy was breaking down how they work at Burnley and the stuff that they do. And obviously they're both ex-Man City, innit? So yeah, bro, it's one of them ones where I'm not really surprised what Vincent Kompany's doing, bro, because you need to understand here that he was the talisman at Manchester City, bro. So that means he was the go-to guy of one of the greatest, not even one of, some of the greatest coaches that have coached in the Premier League, bro. Because Kompany would have won all of City's Premier Leagues, right? But obviously not the latest ones, but the early ones. Do you know what I'm saying? He would have won the majority of them. So if you're the captain, yeah, you're head of the senior leadership group, you're in all the meetings, bro. So it's not really a surprise that he's doing this, bro. It's not really a surprise. And the thing is, he spent so much time injured as well. He seems like the kind of guy that when he was injured, yeah, he would have been involved in the tactical side, and he would have been looking. He would have been listening. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he spent a lot of time injured, and he would have still been in and around the training ground. He would have probably been keeping an eye on the coaching side of things when he wasn't available to play. Because I can imagine he would have been at the training ground doing physio. So yeah, bro, he looks like someone that's studied. Do you know what I mean? Man said Arsenal fans are crashing Lewis Skelly, bro. Yeah, bro, listen, I can't lie, bro. Like, I feel sorry for Lewis Skelly anyway, bruv. I feel sorry for him. Because I like him, innit? Like, he seems like a cool youth. He's not a left back. And the thing is, yeah, it's one of them ones where the Lewis Skelly situation is similar to the Gravenberch situation, yeah, in certain ways. And obviously, Gravenberch was meant to be a wonder kid, yeah. And Arsenal fans have turned Lewis Skelly into a wonder kid, even though he's not. But what I mean is, yeah, like, just because he got away with playing left back one season, yeah, that doesn't mean that he's a left back.
Like, amongst the top 8. That is very lucky. But PSG will win. Interesting. Then we have Frankfurt against Atalanta. This game, who's been better? Oh, wow. 0.84 and 0.94. That's some high XGs, you know, and 0 goals. That's some high XGs. Liverpool 1-1. People are saying that look at Virgil van Dijk for the goal. Let's have a look. Virgil van Dijk. What the hell is Virgil van Dijk doing? Brother, what's Virgil doing? What the hell is Virgil doing, fam? Fam, this guy is dunking the ball, fam. This guy is dunking the ball. My brother, I get that LeBron James, he's one of your shareholders. He's one of your, like, investors. But your name is not Virgil James, fam. King Virgil. Camavinga injured. By the way, are those, by the way, everyone who's saying Camavinga, mods, everyone who's saying, by the way, because I don't know, some of you guys are trolls. Mods, is it true with the whole Camavinga thing? Paris Saint-Germain 1-1, Vitinha scoring the last minute of the first half, and then you have Sporting 2-0 against Club Brugge. People saying it's true. Camavinga is actually injured. Let's have a look. Where? Oh, wow. Hold on. Oh, whoa. Let me show you guys, because you guys can't see, actually. Let me show you guys. So apparently, Camavinga went to the locker room talking to the doctor. Danny Ceballos is warming up. What did Mario say? What's this? Madrid started poorly, but the reaction has been pure rock and roll off the kind Chabi talked about. Mbappe, Vinicius, Arda have the field with all the space, and that's a big deal. But I mean that's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious. This team thrives on spaces. This team does better when they have open space. Thank you for telling me something that I think we all know, brother. That's some great breakdown of the game, Wallahi. Great breakdown, fam. Man said Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. have got all the space, and that's a big deal. I mean, thank you. I mean, rocket science. Let's see. I mean, at the moment, it hasn't been confirmed what it is. By the way, at the moment, it hasn't been confirmed what it is. By the way, let's hope that it's not like a massive injury or something like that. Actually, it is. Actually, Ceballos is coming on. But by the way, it could be. By the way, listen, Ceballos is coming on, but it could be chat. It could just be for precaution. It could just be for precaution. You never know. At the moment, I'm not going to say too much.
Richarlison.
Oh, he's injured, but this and that. It could be for precaution. And let's hope, by the way, let's hope it's just precautions and nothing else. Let's just hope it's him actually saving himself. Because I can't lie, if he is injured, hey, man.
Bayern is about to score 2 goals this second half. And if Arsenal manages to get enough set pieces, they might manage to score 1 more goal.
the rest of the second half. So third corner of the evening for Arsenal. First one they scored from. The second one, just a couple of minutes ago, they went short. It didn't work out particularly well in the end, actually, the short one. It was a little bit of confusion, I think, once the short one was taken between Saka and Eze as to who was going to get the ball in the back into the box. Didn't really work out, so I'm almost certain Saka will go long this time. Indeed, nobody's come over there for the short one, so the England international will. Left-footed in swinging. Can Arsenal do it again? In it comes. Another great delivery, and again it's Harry Kane getting his head on it. It's another corner. Referee is just having a word with Neuer. Neuer's saying he's being balked. Just looking at a replay of this. Cross come the Arsenal players. Mikel Merino stood closest to him, but he's definitely not fouling him. And the goalkeeper of Manuel Neuer's stature should be able to stand up tall inside that penalty area when these crosses come in. He knows he's going to be well aware of what Arsenal can do, and already have done, of course, from set pieces in this game tonight with that goal in the first half from Yuri and Timber. And Bukayo Saka will get another opportunity because it's another one immediately headed out. The previous one by Harry Kane. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players inside. In fact, they've got 8 players inside the 6-yard area by Munich. They really have. If Arsenal can break through, it'd be incredible. Saka, in it comes. Oh, it's bouncing around that 6-yard area, and it falls for Timber. Clips it across the 6-yard area. There's a real scramble inside there. Declan Rice heads it back towards Marino, and Bayern get it clear towards the far side. Picks it back up. Saka down towards the dead ball line. Saka cuts it back. It's just behind Marino. Oh, and in the end, he does get a shot in. The ball was slightly behind the Spaniard, and in the end, he blazes it over the bar, and it's behind for a goal kick. Well, the corner came in. So much panic in that 6-yard area, and it was Mikel Merino who was so close to connecting with it. Timber in the end got it at the far post, looped it across the 6-yard area. Bayern got it clear. And in the end, Eze played a lovely ball down towards the byline. Saka cut it back, and it was just behind Mikel Merino. And the Spaniard did get a shot in the end, but the ball was behind him. It was a difficult one. He needed another couple of touches, I think, to set himself. Just rushed his shot and blazed it over the bar towards our left-hand side into the North Bank. 7 minutes played at the start of the second half here at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1. Neuer low out towards Jonathan Tah. Back it goes immediately to Neuer, and Neuer brings the ball towards the edge of his penalty area. Joshua Kimmich comes close, but Neuer goes long in the end, right-footed. It's a better clearance from Neuer. It's not a particularly good one again either, to be fair. The ball has eventually gone out of play, but it's come off of Miles Lewis-Skelly. One of a couple of changes Mikel Arteta made from the starting lineup that played against Spurs at the weekend, with Calafiori and Nkapie on the bench this evening in place of Lewis-Skelly and Mosquera. Other than that, it was unchanged. It has now changed, obviously, with Trossard going off. Throw in for Bayern on the halfway line. Here's Kimmich. Header clear by Saliba. That will fall for Saka. Gets one on towards Madueke. Madueke can't quite find Mikel Merino, and Bayern can clear down this near side. Is Elise. Elise cuts infield, brings it over the halfway line, central position, couple of step overs, and then just shows too much of it to Declan Rice, does he? But he's brought down by Martin Zubimendi, and Zubimendi didn't actually need to bring him down because Declan Rice had won the ball.
Tatian too.
The Spaniard. Free kick to Bayern Munich. Just
yeah.
To circle inside the Arsenal half.
Exactly what I was expecting, man. I said Tottenham will win, say. And I'm rooting for Tottenham. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, Tottenham is not that good. PSG are UEFA defending champions. La 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 la. Tottenham will chop them.
Free kick then for Bayern. Joshua Kimmich is behind this one, right-footed. Steps up now. I think he went for goal, Kimmich. He just floats it straight into the arms of David Raya. Well, I don't know if he spotted Raya off his line, possibly. He might have been slightly off his line, but not as much as he was at the weekend when he was lobbed by Richarlison. Now Arsenal pouring forward with Declan Rice. Rice, there's the cross. Did it hit a hand? Well, it's gone behind for a corner, and half-hearted feels for a hand more than anything else. It hits the
Liverpool has falling behind again. Oh, I opened the game right on time.
This will be their 5th. They've all come.
Oh, I suppose we prophets.
Because Bukayo Saka takes them from in-swinging, left-footed in-swinging from the right. And Rice hits them from the left, right-footed in-swinging. They've all come from the same
scored
side
for them.
For Arsenal.
Van Dijk can't believe his eyes.
Bukayo Saka.
It's all going down so fast.
He's taken 4, one of them successful. Jurrien Timber heading in. Can he create another successful one here for Arsenal in the 55th minute? 10 minutes played at the start of the second half, and it comes again from Saka.
What is Madrid doing to Olympiacos?
Towards the far side, Bukayo Saka retrieves, level with the edge of the penalty area. He's got Kimmich for company. Ball on his left foot. There's the cross. It's a nice cross. There's the header, and Mikel Merino
Olympiacos has scored one.
Header from about 6-7 yards out. He was unmarked.
What is Madrid's defense doing, man? It's like Madrid's defense is non-existent.
He's got to do better. It's a tame header straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Very simple save from Manuel Neuer, and the Spanish international will be disappointed with that one, I think. Bayern go back towards the edge of their own penalty area. Now Kimmich in space, just outside the centre circle, floats one out towards this near side. It's a lovely ball, and it's beautifully taken down as well by Carl. Now then, he's got past Miles Lewis inside the penalty area. He's going to go for goal, and it was selfish of him, really. He should have squared it. But Miles Lewis Skelly's not having the best game at left back for Arsenal. He really isn't, and he was beaten there comfortably by Leonard Carl. And of course, it was that ball over the top into that left back position, Arsenal's left back position, that resulted in the equaliser for Bayern Munich. And Miles Lewis Skelly was left wanting as well there. Long ball towards the halfway line is a good one by David Raya to Saka. Eze on towards Noni Madueke. That one's gone out of play. But I think it's going to be a free kick actually to Bayern, because Noni Madueke's gone into the defender, who is Stanisic. It was initially a great ball out from the back actually by David Raya. It was just the ball towards Eberechi Eze, towards Noni Madueke, just sold him a little bit short. And that allowed the defender to come in. Arsenal have the ball back though, midway inside the Bayern half. Madueke, left-hand side of the penalty area, tries to get the cross in.
God.
It looks like Arsenal will finally get their corner from this near side. Well, is it dropped out of play? Indeed it has. And it'll be an Arsenal corner from this near side now. So this is Declan Rice territory. Their 6th corner of the evening. 57th minute. PSV Eindhoven have gone back in front at Anfield, by the way. Liverpool won PSV 2. They were in front early on. Liverpool equalised, and it's Till who's got the goal there for the Dutch champions at Anfield. So Liverpool won PSV 2. Just a couple of other scores to update you with. I'll give you those in a second. Let's look at this corner first, though, for Declan Rice from this near side. Right-footed, in-swinger. Drills it in, plenty of pace on it. There's the header. Oh my goodness me, it's wide. It's Mikel Merino again with a gilt-edged opportunity to give Arsenal the lead. Brilliant delivery yet again from Rice. He delivers every time, doesn't he? And Merino, I don't think he knew too much about it. He jumps up, he gets some sort of, it might have come off the defender. In fact, it did come off the defender looking at it, and it goes wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Mikel Merino looks disappointed. I think that should actually be a corner, because it looked like it came off the defender in the end, who was Upamecano, I think. Goal kick though for Bayern. So there's been a couple of goals. Actually, Inter Milan have equalised. Now that's interesting as far as who goes top, because Inter are the only other team with a 100% record, and Zielinski has equalised there for the Italians. So it's Atletico Madrid 1, Inter 1. They're trying to preserve their 100% record. Well, they've got back to 1 apiece there. Olympiacos have got one back against Real Madrid. Just break off a second, because Noni Madueke's making a run down this near side and wants a free kick, and he's going to get a free kick as well as he draws the foul. And Arsenal will have a free kick midway inside the Bayern half, just a few yards infield from the left-hand touchline. So Olympiacos are back in it, and the goal there from Taremi makes it Olympiacos 2, Real 3.
That's nice, too deadly with his corners, man.
Kylian Mbappe tonight.
So threatening.
And it's Frankfurt 0, Atalanta 2. That one was goalless. Up until very, very recently. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Lookman and Ederson for, well, Vincent Kompany's getting a yellow card, by the way, for demonstrating on the touchline. I think, actually, Mikel Arteta got booked in the first half, so that's both managers now that have been. Indeed, they have.
Yeah, both managers are booked.
So 2-0 to Atalanta at
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
Both managers are tense.
And it's now PSG 2, Tottenham 2. Can you believe that? So it was 1 apiece at half-time. And Kolo Muani
PSG and Tottenham, I don't know what they do there.
Spurs back in front, and within 3 minutes, Vitinha had got them level. Free kick to Arsenal, midway inside the Bayern half.
They are just, I don't know what to say about those two.
Oh my goodness me, it almost fell from Mosquera, pretty much on the goal line. And I don't know if he got a touch. Did he get a touch at all?
If they are busy frolicking with each other, I don't know what to say, man.
Money with these deliveries. Right-footed, in it comes. And it's a save, actually, from Manuel Neuer. It drops just before the 6-yard area. Mosquera's there with the header towards the near post, and he just puts the arms up, Manuel Neuer, and it's behind for an Arsenal corner. They're so dangerous every time. And they've got to defend another one now because there's a corner from this near side for Arsenal. Their 7th evening. Declan Rice, right-footed. In it comes. It's another great delivery. It's headed clear on the edge of the 6-yard area this time, though.
Why is it the defense now?
By him, but Arsenal will tidy up because it's rushing back as Eberici Eze. Back it goes to David Raya. And Raya finds Declan Rice again down this near side. He goes on towards Eberici Eze. There's a coming together there between Noni Madueke and Harry Kane, I think it is. It's going to be a free kick for Bayern Munich midway inside the Arsenal half. Hour mark here at the Emirates. It's 1 apiece between the two teams at the top of the Champions League group phase at the moment. Arsenal have a throw midway inside the Bayern half. They're taking a quick one towards Madueke, who's come on as a substitute for Leandro Trossard, who was injured in the first half. Don't know how serious that is. Sure, we'll get an update from Mikel Marino ahead of that big game. Mikel Arteta, I should say, ahead of that big game at Stamford Bridge at the weekend. And Arsenal go back towards the halfway line. Zubamendi now inside the centre circle. Zubamendi's got Eze ahead of him. He's got Miles Lewis-Skelly ahead of him. Finds Saliba. Arsenal certainly dominating possession in the second half. The overall possession, actually, the whole match is 60-40 in favour of Bayern, but I think a lot of that comes from the first half because Arsenal definitely have more of it in the second half, particularly with all these corners they've had as well. I think they've had 6 corners now in the second half, and we've only played 16 minutes. Bayern have survived. They didn't survive the one in the first half, of course, the first one which resulted in the opening goal for Arsenal, the Bukayo Saka delivery, the header from Yuri and Timber. Bayern were level within 10 minutes, though. Lovely goal on the break from them as Mosquera goes long. Looking for Madueke, controls that one well, and then finds Declan Rice. Declan Rice powering forward now for Arsenal towards the edge of the penalty area. Still Declan Rice, brilliant save by the goalkeeper, and somehow it doesn't end up in the back of the net. Neuer just stuck out a leg, and then it pinballed around inside the 6-yard area and falls kindly for the German goalkeeper. And goodness me, what a run that was from Declan Rice. Just so powerful, and nobody appeared to be able to stop him. Bayern survive again, and now they come forward down the centre there. That one's too much for Harry Kane, and Saliba will tidy up and go back to David Raya. Raya takes one touch and then kicks long right-footed. Feels like there's more goals in this one. Did wonder whether the two teams would just sort of play it out nicely in the second half and settle for a point apiece. It's a great save, by the way, by Neuer. Just sticks out the left leg. Declan Rice's shot is heading towards the far post, and he just stretches out that leg. And he gets quite lucky, actually, with the rebound because it so nearly fell for Bukayo Saka, who would have had a tap-in. And Rice, whose greatest moment in an Arsenal shirt, of course, came in this tournament against Real Madrid last season. So close to getting another Champions League goal. Arsenal have possession over on the far side with Miles Lewis-Skelly. Back towards halfway line it goes in Rice. Eze has it for Arsenal again. Just works his way over towards the inside right position and then cuts back towards the middle of the park again. And leaves it this time for Mikel Marino. He's got Saka ahead of him. Finds Saka. Ez has continued to run towards the edge of the penalty area, but Saka's held it up and gone back in the end to Saliba. Arsenal camped inside the Bayern half at the moment as they look to get their noses back in front here at the Emirates and make a real statement to go top of this Champions League group phase, of course. A win tonight for either team would give them 15 points, and it was 16 last season that was enough to get you through automatically in the top 8. So a win tonight for either team, and they can pretty much coast home for the last 4 games. Long ball floated forward towards Yuri and Timber, cleared by Bayern. Saka picks it up, and Saka allegedly has fouled the Bayern player, who is Lema. Free kick to Bayern Munich on the left-hand corner of their own penalty area. And PSG have now gone in front against Tottenham. Tottenham were 1 up. Tottenham were 2-1 up. And the latest goal in that one from the champions is from Fabian Ruiz. And it's 3-2 now to PSG, and repeating that Super Cup, of course.
Tottenham, come on. I need 2 more goals from you. I don't consider anymore.
3 up against Frankfurt. Well, that was goalless at half-time, and they're running right now there, Atalanta. 3 goals in 5 minutes. Lookman after 60, Ederson after 62. Di Ketelera after 65, and the Italians enjoying themselves there as Bayern go long. Now this could be interesting, out towards this near side. He's Michael Elise, I should say, looking to take on Miles Lewis-Skelly. Down towards the dead ball line he goes, beats him for pace, and then he can't get the ball into the box because Declan Rice, of all people, is there. He's everywhere, is Declan Rice, and it's cleared by Arsenal, but Bayern will come again. And Miles Lewis-Skelly, as I said, he's had a disappointing evening over on that left-hand side of defence for Arsenal this evening. Other than that, they've been pretty solid. Here come Bayern on that right-hand side now. Declan Rice has come over to help him out, to be fair, and you can't blame him as Elise goes back to Upamecano, square to Tar. Upamecano again, low ball out towards Elise now. Elise level with the edge of the penalty area, back in field to Upamecano. This is the first period of pressure we've seen from Bayern in the second half. 25 minutes to play. They work it over towards the left-hand side. Arsenal doing everything they can to push them back, and they won possession back as well. Now can they break? Eberechi Eze striding forward for Arsenal, pokes it over towards Jurrien Timber. He's looking for support, goes back to Eberechi Eze. Bayern back in numbers now, to be fair, as Eze still has possession, but just outside the centre circle inside the Bayern half. Leaves it for Declan Rice, who is certainly on course for another man of the match accolade this evening, you would feel, the England international. Here's Zubamendi, left-hand side of the centre circle, finds Mosquera, and the Spaniard finds his fellow countryman Zubamendi towards his right-hand side. Now it's with Rice again inside the centre circle. Arsenal just slowing things down a little bit. Bayern had a good little spell for 2 or 3 minutes there prior to Arsenal winning the ball back over on the far side. Rice again. Rice trapping the ball under his right foot and then going out.
This Arsenal match
Saliba goes back.
Is going to feel boring.
Zubamendi closed down, goes back to the goalkeeper.
Very rare occasional individual brilliance from Bayern, and just set piece after set piece from Arsenal. Meanwhile, I'm hearing very nice goal line from the other matches.
Players around him, they still can't get the ball off him, and Saka in the end wins a throw-in over on the far side on the halfway line down the Arsenal right-hand side. Calafiori is going to be coming on, and Martinelli, almost certainly Calafiori, will come on for Miles Lewis-Skelly. Not entirely sure about Martinelli because I would have thought he would have come on in place of Trossard, unless Bukayo Saka's getting a bit of a rest here for the remainder. One eye on that game against Chelsea at the weekend in the Premier League as Miles Lewis-Skelly goes long. And that one's going to go to play. Sort of sliced his clearance there, Miles Lewis-Skelly. That might well be his last touch, actually, if he is coming off and being replaced by Ricardo Calafiori. Here is the change, and Bukayo Saka is indeed coming off, so Martinelli will either go over to the right-hand side or he'll go over to the left, and Noni Madueke will swap flanks. Be interested to see what Arsenal.
So having flags between Martinelli and Noni Madueke is the best. Noni is better on the right, Martin is better on the left. Noni is just trusting himself currently on the left.
As it stands, Declan Rice, well, a captain's performance really from Declan Rice. He gets the captain's armband. Miles Lewis-Skelly does indeed come off. On comes Ricardo Calafiori, and here comes Martinelli, back of course from an injury. He did come on late on at the weekend against Spurs. We are midway through the second half now here at the Emirates. It's Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1, between the two teams currently at the top of their own domestic leagues and currently joint top of the Champions League table. They've been pretty much perfect this season, these two sides. Arsenal the only side that have lost. Bayern haven't lost at all this season. And Arsenal just the once at Anfield early on in the season. They have been beaten, though, defensively tonight for the first time in the Champions League. Their first goal conceded in
I don't know what's wrong with my webcam. Why
it's Masiera goes back to David
touching ball.
Raya clears first time right footed.
It is well
on it. Madueke indeed has gone over towards that right hand side, by the way, for Arsenal.
I guess I'll figure out after the stream.
Down the left flank. Eze just off of Mikel Merino, although quite often this evening, as has been the furthest man forward for Arsenal as the Spaniard drops back. Bayern use possession midway inside the Arsenal half. Can Arsenal capitalise?
I said it.
Left-hand side it goes. Here's Calafiori.
Did I not?
It's a great one. There's the goal.
I said Star Boy from Chelsea is about to shine. I'm telling you guys. I submit this prediction to this insight of a team.
Bayern Munich. What an introduction by Riccardo Calafiori. It was his first touch off the bench, and he's got himself an assist, the Italian. Brilliant cross from the left-hand side, and there was Madueke to tuck it away at the far post. 20 minutes left for play here at the Emirates. Is Arsenal 2, Bayern Munich 1, and Arsenal have got their just desserts really for a far improved second half performance. And it's a link-up. There's poor play really out of defence by Upamecano. He lost the ball, but Arsenal so quick to capitalise. Eze on towards Calafiori. First time cross on the left-hand side. And there's Madueke, just gets ahead of the defender at the far post. And left-footed, just hits it down into the ground beyond Manuel Neuer. He's got no chance, Neuer. And Arsenal are back in front and currently heading top of the Champions League group. And it's Noni Madueke who's got the goal. The man who came in from Chelsea in the summer. Well, I'll tell you what, he's becoming a fan favourite. He really is. He's only just come back from injury, of course. Came on as a substitute at the weekend against Spurs. He's come on in forced change, of course, tonight. And he's only just moved over towards that right-hand side, of course, because Martinelli has just come on, of course. He moved towards the right-hand side. Now here come Arsenal again, but the referee stopped play. Arsenal were in full flow there, but is there a free kick given previously in the move? There may well have been. Goal in the 69th minute for the 70th minute, I should say, for Noni Madueke. Now, will that be the winner, or can Bayern bite back again? They took 10 minutes to get level last time, the German champions. They've got a free kick here now, just outside the centre circle, inside the Arsenal half. They are looking to make a change shortly, and we've just seen Noni Madueke, the ex-Arsenal man, the ex-Chelsea man, score for Arsenal. Well, talking of ex-Chelsea, Nico Jackson is being readied by Vincent Kompany.
All right, so Bayern can still win this match 3-2 with Jackson scoring 2 goals.
It's not a great delivery.
I'm calling it again. Every single thing I've called so far has entered.
Clip back in towards the penalty area. It's not a bad one. And stretching at the far post was Gnabry. Couldn't quite get on the end of it, and it's behind for a goal kick. It was the right idea actually from Kimmich. I'm not entirely sure Gnabry was onside when it was played onto him. Just gets ahead of Zubamendi, sticks out the right leg, almost like a kung fu kick. Try to get on the end of it, edge of the 6-yard area. And I think that's his last touch actually. Well, I say touch, he didn't actually touch the ball. His last swing at the ball because
he can't do it.
Nico Jackson. So a couple of changes for Bayern. Lema is also coming off.
Pafwa did it earlier against
number 20,
Monaco.
Who's the second? So couple of changes.
Last minute they got a draw. I believe Bayern can get a win.
For Bayern, who have been second best in this second half. I think they were the better team in the first half. There wasn't much in it. There weren't really many opportunities, but I think Bayern just edged it. But Arsenal certainly been the better team in the second half as Raya goes long. Bayern clear towards the halfway line, looking for Kane, who's been, in fact, Kane's best moments in this game have actually come defensively as Timber wins the ball back for Arsenal over on the far side. Down the line it goes. Mikel Merino from Noni Madueke, the goal scorer, as he scored the winner for Arsenal tonight to set a real statement. That's all it is tonight. It's just a statement, no more. It's 3 points, of course. But you're not winning the Champions League tonight. Let's not forget PSG lost a couple of times. Did they lose 3 times, I think, in the certainly lost twice in the group phase last season, the eventual winners. One of them, of course, was here. They lost to Arsenal at the Emirates and then came back later on in the season to beat them in that 2-legged semi-final, of course. They're locking horns with Arsenal's North London rivals tonight, Paris Saint-Germain. And it's an extraordinary game going on in Paris. PSG, Tottenham were 1-0 up. PSG equalised, 1 apiece at half-time. Tottenham, they went 2-1 up. Then it was 2-2. Then PSG went 3-2 up. Well, Paco made it 4-2, and I'm just hearing Kolo Muani has just scored for Tottenham. So it's now PSG 4, Tottenham 3. Still plenty of time to play, of course. And there's a yellow card.
I said, make Tottenham score 4 for me. They're going to concede. I can't
quite see which player it is.
They're all going to draw, Nisha.
Kicking the ball away from what I could tell, as Bayern were awarded a free kick. I'll get you confirmation of that as soon as I can. I think it's William Saliba. Indeed it is. So Saliba becomes the first Arsenal player into the book. Sporting Lisbon now 3 up against Club Brugge. They seem to be cruising And Trincao has got the third there for the Portuguese champions, as Declan Rice almost certainly the man of the match here. He's been absolutely, in fact, he's been immense all season, hasn't he? And he gets back in to tackle his England teammate, Harry Kane, and put the ball out, and then gets up to gesture to the crowd to get them going. How good is this guy? If he's not awarded man of the match, it'll be a tragedy. It'll be a tragedy if he doesn't win player of the year, and he's not in the line for the Ballon d'Or if he carries on this form. He's been absolutely incredible this season. He really has. That'll be a free kick to Arsenal just outside the centre circle as Eberechieze goes down. So just to keep you up to date then, it's Atletico Madrid 1-1, Frankfurt 0 and Atalanta 3. Well, it's Liverpool 1, PSV 3 now. It's just going from bad to worse for Liverpool, isn't it? Not just domestically.
Damn.
The Champions League as well. And
Liverpool's 2 goals down. 3-1.
Who's got the third there for the Dutch champions. As Bayern clear over on the far side.
What's happening with slots, man?
It's like Olympiacos 2,
bro, it's falling apart.
4, PSG 4, Tottenham 3, Sporting 3, Club Brugge 0.
Yes!
Bayern
Madrid 4.
Just yet. Long ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area, and Calafiori's there to control that.
They cancel Tottenham score.
Who kicks long out towards the far side, just slice that clearance slightly. The Spanish goalkeeper's gone out of play for a Bayern throw. 15 minutes left for play. And it's Arsenal 2, Bayern Munich 1. Timber for Arsenal, equaliser through Leonard Carl, and then Noni Madueke putting Arsenal back in front. Bayern not finished yet, though. Here they come down this right-hand side with Michael Olise. Of course, he's got Calafiori there. He had the better of Miles Lewis-Skelly, probably the main reason that he was taken off. Miles Lewis-Skelly replaced by Calafiori. I don't think even Mikel Arteta thought that Calafiori would come on and make that instant impact with his first touch, getting an assist, but certainly he needed help there. Miles Lewis-Skelly didn't have his best game, hasn't had his best game in an Arsenal shirt, and was brought up in place of the Italian. Here come Bayern with Olise, just overruns it on the edge of the penalty area, and Arsenal can clear.
Come on, Bayern, you can't do this. Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! And Manuel Neuer's come out. And
the game is going.
Open goal, which he puts into and puts Arsenal 3-1 up. Manuel Neuer, what was he doing? He came rushing out as the ball was played over the top, and he somehow thought he could get there before the Brazilian. Well, he couldn't. And Martinelli just knocked it round him and ran through on goal, unopposed, and made it Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. And it's party time here now at the Emirates. They're surely heading clear at the top of the Champions League group. It's Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. And it's the substitutes again that have worked for Mikel Arteta. Martinelli has come off the bench and scored. Madueke has come off the bench and scored, and was assisted, of course, by Calafiori, who came off the bench himself. Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. Martinelli. What was Manuel Neuer thinking? He was never going to get to that ball. Arsenal clear. Eberechieze just goes over the top, and Manuel Neuer comes rushing out. He was literally up towards the centre circle, and Martinelli just knocks it past him.
Can't blame Manuel Neuer that much, because that's one of the things we're praising for, like being kind of like the best super keeper from the last decade.
He raced through, very, very similar. You may remember 2 or 3 seasons ago when he raced clear against Aston Villa, when Villa were chasing a late equaliser at Villa Park. And Martinez had come up for the corner, and Arsenal cleared, and then the ball was just played over the top, and Martinez just ran through on goal. Well, on that occasion, he actually celebrated the goal before he put the ball in the net. Well, he didn't do that on this occasion. He did actually wait until the ball had gone into the net before rushing towards the North Bank, towards our left-hand side, sliding on his knees. Arsenal 3, Bayern 1. That is job done almost certainly now for Arsenal. Bayern are done. They're going to lose their first game of the season. Arsenal want more. Down the centre, Ebery and Madueke comes, and this time, I'll tell you what, Manuel Neuer gets it right on that occasion, because he comes out and he gets there before Eberechieze. Was it
That's what I was saying.
Otherwise, Arsenal were in for a fourth.
That's one of the things that has been helping Manuel Neuer.
On Yuri and Timber.
That it didn't work that time around doesn't mean it has not been helping Bayern.
For Arsenal. 12 minutes left for play. We just catch our breaths. Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. It's been another one of those nights again in the Champions League. Goals galore. We've seen this a lot this season. We really have. And I better tell you now, there's been another goal in Paris. It's Paris Saint-Germain 5, Tottenham 3 now. And Vitinha has got the penalty for the champions. So PSG almost
that game is going to.
Surely they're heading towards the 3 points now, aren't they? The champions. 5-3. And Still Atletico Madrid 1 into 1, by the way. So if that stays the same, then Arsenal will be the only side in the Champions League still with a 100% record. As it stands, Arsenal will be top with 15, into second with 13, and then PSG, Bayern and Real all on 12. David Raya takes the free kick long towards the edge of the penalty area. It's going to reach Martinelli, left-hand side of the penalty area for Arsenal. Straight back into the goals. The Brazilian runs into trouble down this near side, and Bayern can clear with Elise onto Kimmich. Sliding challenge coming in to win the ball back for Arsenal, but that's going to be a free kick, in fact, just to the right of the penalty area. Mikel Merino's going to go in the book for that one, in fact. Just to keep you up to date with the bookings, it's 2 apiece now. Bayern Munich, Upamecano and Konrad Laimer, and for Arsenal, William Saliba and Mikel Merino. They do tot up these yellow cards. You've got to be careful because you can end up with suspensions, of course. And Arsenal are going to make a double change. And it's Jurrien Timber to a standing ovation. What a season he's having. He came to Arsenal. He picked up an ACL in his first season in pretty much his, I think it was his second or third game that he ever played for Arsenal. He was out for practically the whole season. He took a year, really, last season, didn't he, to really get going. And this season, he's really, really showing what a player he is. And Jurrien Timber comes off. Ben White is replacing him. And Ebery Chiesa is going to come off as well for Arsenal. And here comes the club captain. Martin Ødegaard is back from his injury. And this just shows the depth that Arsenal have got and how well they're coping as well. Because, well, they're top of the Premier League table. They're heading top of the Champions League table. And one of their most important men, Martin Ødegaard, has been out for some time. And back he comes tonight with 10 minutes left to play. Bayern are making a treble change. And the first
Wait,
one is Joshua
what?
Kimmich. He's replaced. And he's going to be
I totally forgotten about the existence of Goretzka and Guerrero in that club.
Waiting for the number to come up on the board.
Well,
I can see the players who are coming on. Rafael Guerrero is
that's
coming
by the sights, isn't it?
And also coming on is Kim, the Korean. So I've got the 3 players. The number 42, so it's Leonard Carl who got the goal, of course, in the first half.
Kimmy J.
There's been another goal in the Real Madrid game, so Carl, Kimmich and Upamecano. So it's Upamecano who's the other player that's come off for Bayern. So just to confirm, Upamecano, Kimmich, Leonard Carl off, and on...
I want to go at the Madrid game. Madrid is winning 5-2. Let me see.
Bischoff was already on. Guerrero is on. Nico Jackson was
For
already on.
David, come on!
He's already on. I am missing.
That's what I was fearing, and I didn't want to believe it, but...
Arsenal leading 3-1 here.
Yeah, we are.
Victory.
Is anybody else playing for Madrid today apart from Mbappe? Because I don't understand.
Leon Goretzka.
What's this shit, man?
Bayern Munich. We've got 8 minutes left to play. It's Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. Here's Riccardo Calafiori over the halfway line. They can't shake him off the ball. The Italian just keeps going, keeps running down towards the penalty area. Infield, it goes to Mikel Merino.
And what's Liverpool doing, by the way?
Rice takes it towards this left-hand side. I don't know if they've announced the player of the match yet. I think they do it with a couple of minutes to go. But if it's not Declan Rice, I'll be absolutely amazed how good he's been. Commentator's curse though. He just ran the ball out of play then and just lost it. Arsenal have won it back edge of the penalty area. That is a very lucky one. Zubimendi won the ball, thought he'd won the ball, but he's been penalised for a high foot. And it'll be a free kick. Arsenal were clean through on goal for another one there. If not, the referee, well, I've got to say, slightly charitable to Bayern Munich there, giving them a free kick, which they've already taken. And there's 7 minutes left for play here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. And amazingly, Bayern Munich are still leading in the ball possession stats, 55-45. Arsenal, though, way ahead in the attempts on goal. But they have had more possession, Bayern Munich. But so much that possession, particularly in the first half, was just around the centre of the field. It really was. They're in high spirits, the Bayern Munich fans, by the way. Over on the far side in the corner towards our right-hand side. They're still singing loudly. They've got the scarves out. And I don't think they're too worried about tonight, are they? There's bigger fish to fry, isn't there? It's just a statement more than anything as far as for Arsenal. But Bayern Munich almost certainly are going to be there or thereabouts towards the end of this tournament. They really are. And here's Martinelli.
What take Bayern to help me on with these guys? Put some doubts and fear in their mind.
No, he hasn't in the end.
Look at what Bayern did instead, man.
Back down this near side and then running out of play. Run out in the end by Stanisic. Throw into Arsenal. Midway inside their own half, down their left. And the They'll be in no hurry to take this one, Arsenal, as they see down the clock now towards 90 minutes. Just the one concern tonight, obviously heading into the weekend, will be that injury to Leandro Trossard, who was replaced just before half-time by Nani Madueke. Picked up a knock. How serious remains to be seen, but there are rumours that Arsenal could well be, or could well have, both Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz back for the weekend against Chelsea. Of course, against his former side, Kai Havertz, as well as Nani Madueke. Thrown to Arsenal, level with the edge of the Bayern penalty area, down the Arsenal left. Riccardo Calafiori with his heavily tattooed arms to take this one for the Gunners. Rice is over there. I don't think the fans would mind a fourth one to put the icing on the cake. Here's Ødegaard. Mikel Merino, now Martinelli inside the penalty area, squares it towards Ødegaard. Can't quite get the ball out from under his feet. What a return that would have been for Ødegaard. If he had, he would have had a shot on goal. And in the end, actually, there's an offside flag up over on the far side. I would assume it was for Martinelli, who squared it to Ødegaard, who almost had a shot on goal. What a return that would have been for the club captain. As Bayern go all the way back to Manuel Neuer again. He'll be so disappointed with himself in that, for his part in that third Arsenal goal. Here's Harry Kane for Bayern Munich. Out towards the left-hand side he goes. And he finds Kim, who's off the bench for Bayern Munich. 5 changes now. In fact, both sides have made their allotted 5 changes with 5 minutes left to play. We've had 4 goals this evening at the Emirates Stadium, and Bayern Munich are heading for their first defeat since May. Although here they come down the right-hand side. Good defending by Mosquera. He's not really put a foot wrong, as he, in central defence. They are blessed, Arsenal, with central defenders, because Saliba, Gabriel, the first 2, of course, but with Gabriel out, they've still got Nketiah they can bring in, who they brought in at the weekend. They've got Mosquera, who they can bring as well. They've got 4 very, very talented central defenders. Arsenal win the ball back and go long towards Martinelli. Not going to find the Brazilian though. It's headed out towards the near side, but it will be a throw-in to Arsenal, just shy of the halfway line, down the left-hand side. So I did mention that Olympiacos have got another one against Real Madrid. It's now Olympiacos 3, Real Madrid 4. I think they're going to get away with one here, Real Madrid. And Kylian Mbappe has scored all of the goals for Real Madrid. What a season he's having. Really setting out his stall for the Ballon d'Or this year, isn't he? It's El Kabi who's got the goal for the Greeks. But they're still trailing by 3 goals to 4. Could they somehow pull out a 4th late on and get what would be an unbelievable point against Real Madrid? It remains to be seen. It's still PSG 5, Tottenham 3, by the way. How come there's not been another goal in that game? It's been a while now, isn't it? Surely. Bayern with possession, edge of the penalty area. Cleared out from the back. Here's Harry Kane just holding off Mosquera. He's got to be careful, Kane. And in the end, the referees awarded him a free kick, which he wants to take quickly. He does take quickly, goes down the centre. It's not a particularly good one, which is cleared out towards the far side for Bayern, and then Arsenal go long. Ben White just blasts it out of play. Ben White back with a bang over on that far side. The Arsenal right, of course. Difficult for White now with the form that Jurrien Timber is showing. Calafiori striding forward for us. He loves to get forward, the Italian. He's already over the halfway line. Needs support, really. Pokes it out to Martinelli. The support does arrive in the form of the Brazilian, who wins a throw-in as he plays it off of Leon Goretzka. Throw into Arsenal. Midway inside the Bayern half, down the
since Man U lost to 10 men in
fans in full voice
Old Agat Trafford, Dr. Malcolm never agree comes to him again. I don't understand, Baba.
This win against Bayern, and
me, I go find you.
With a win against Chelsea.
You like the height.
Very, very early on in the season, isn't it? But I think people already suggesting that if Arsenal win on Sunday against Chelsea, the title race is already over. Surely not after 13 games. But Saliba goes back to David Raya, takes one touch and then kicks long right-footed.
They talk if they win against Chelsea, if they win against Chelsea. As if it's not so easy.
Bayern out towards this.
Now go sit down. Pride won't kill now.
Absolutely dominating the Bundesliga, and it's not just the games that they're winning. They're winning the games by such big margins as well. They're scoring so many goals. We already know about Harry Kane and how many goals he scored, but Michael Olise's got 10 to his name. Ball out towards this near side by Olise. Does really well to keep that ball in play, actually, for Bayern Munich. So we head towards the 90th minute, and Riccardo Calafiori clears for Arsenal. Now Calafiori onto Rice, back to Calafiori. Calafiori touches it onto Mikel Merino. Merino now goes down the line to Declan Rice. if he could cap his performance today with a goal, it would be absolutely spot on for Arsenal. It really would. Throw into Arsenal on the halfway line, down their left-hand side. Ricardo Calafiori take it. We're in the 90th minute here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. Oh, dearie me. PSV Eindhoven have scored again against Liverpool. It really is getting desperate at Anfield.
What did they do slots now, bro?
Has got his second for the Dutch champions. Liverpool 1.
What's happening?
Eindhoven 4. Quite know what to say.
They're losing to PSV Eindhoven.
Goes down, draws the foul.
3-0, like 4-1. That's 3-0, bro. What's happening?
Liverpool 1, PSV 4. Olympiacos 3, Real Madrid 4, PSG 5, Tottenham 3, and Sporting 3.
Bro, what's happening with all these matches this night? Goals just Sarah.
And in my view, man of the match, Declan Rice, is going to take it. It's about
Jesus.
10 yards in the field from the left-hand touchline. And Rice, who's on the money every single time with these types of free kicks. He had one earlier to Mosquera, which was well saved. Mosquera with the head at the near post, which was well saved by Manuel Neuer, who has made some good saves tonight. Let's not forget that. Rice then, right-footed. In it comes towards the far post. There's the header, and Calafiori won the header, but he just sort of, it was a comfortable one straight back to Manuel Neuer. Wastes no time at all in bowling this ball out for Bayern Munich. We're inside stoppage time. We're going to have 4 minutes, just as we did at the end of the first half. Arsenal 3, Bayern 1. The Arsenal fans singing.
These Liverpool guys are demoralized.
Absolutely loving this at the moment. Their team are riding a crest of a wave. How far will it take them this season? That is the question really with Arsenal. It's all about silverware now. They've come so close, particularly in the Premier League, of course, the last few seasons, finishing 3rd.
And also now thoughts at the cup shall say I already talk.
A couple of seasons ago, semi-final.
But I think the people that already stop us now from winning the Premier League this season are Chelsea.
Just a right of centre, foul by
that will win it or will ruin the chance for them.
They do take a quick one, and the referee calls it back. And
one way or the other, you know, we always decide the winners every now and then.
Both teams actually have tried
that
to
we intentionally lose.
Quick,
or we help you beat someone that is chasing you.
It back. So behind this one, it's finished by the way Anfield. Liverpool 1, PSV 4. And this will be taken by Michael Elise, left foot. Is he going to go for goal from here? He's all of, it must be 35
that way, our
plus.
matches tends to be so influential when the title race between 2 other guys is tight.
And bobbling around inside that penalty, and in the end it's blasted over the bar, but I think the whistle had already gone. It was Kim with the shot, which is well over the bar and into the clock end towards our right-hand side. It's a goal kick to Arsenal. We've played nearly 2 minutes of stoppage time. Finished as well at Frankfurt, by the way. Frankfurt nil, Atalanta 3. Good win for the Italians against the Germans. And still PSG 5, Tottenham 3. Sounds like that one's calmed down a little bit now, doesn't it? And they're still playing in Greece. Olympiacos 3, Real Madrid 4. Looks as if Kylian Mbappe needed to score 4 times tonight to get his team the win. It looks as if Real are going to hang on there. David Raya then to take this goal kick for Arsenal. It's a bit of a hold up here before this goal kick is taken. Not entirely sure why. Raya now steps back to take this goal kick. Here it comes. Kicks long, right-footed. Little flick on towards Martinelli, but Kim is there for Bayern. Back to the goalkeeper. A bit too much pace on it, Bayern, but Neuer does well to prevent the corner. Back it goes to Kim, edge of the 6-yard area. Clears long towards the halfway line for Bayern Munich. Here's Harry Kane out towards the far side. Hasn't managed to improve on his 15 goals that he's scored over the years for Arsenal. The majority of those, of course, for Tottenham. Here's Michael Elise down this near side. Elise looking to take on Calafiori for Arsenal. Cuts in field ball on his left foot. Decent delivery. Who's there with the header? You guessed it. Declan Rice to clear for Arsenal, and then that'll be a free kick as Mikel Merino goes down this near side. We're in the last minute of stoppage time. Atletico Madrid have scored right at the death. Inter Milan, who were the only other team other than these two tonight, with a 100% record, look like they've been beaten at the death.
At
and
least
Atletico have gone 2-1 up.
No one of the people are open to deliver Atletico Madrid.
3rd minute of stoppage time. What a dramatic goal that for Diego Simeone's men. So Atletico Madrid 2, Inter 1. PSG, no, they haven't scored again, but they have had somebody sent off now. Deep in stoppage time. 5-3 to PSG. A little bit late. And Lucas Hernandez, the PSG fullback, has been sent off.
Game over, guys. Bayern's unbeaten run ends when they met the grandchildren of the Invisibles. This is what it is, guys. I feel bad for Bayern. I was rooting for them, obviously, as you can see. I'm literally wearing their jersey. I guess it is what it is. And that's it for this stream, guys. Bye bye.